out because of me last week.
You sure?
You was on
I'm very positive.
fire last week.
I
Welcome,
didn't make it a
welcome
hot
back to
out week.
another edition of Therapeutic Rap. As always, I am Jay. Today we have Chris, Miriam, and Antonio. How y'all guys doing?
Good.
Chris got his
Hey.
smile back. That's always a good thing.
It's because I got
Um,
food on my mind. I got Popeyes in the living room waiting for your boy. Y'all just don't know how I'm finna do that thing dirty for Juneteenth.
Speaking of that, happy Juneteenth to everyone who celebrates. And if you don't celebrate, F you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck
Wasn't
you.
gonna say it, but
You know I always got the anger translator for you, brother.
appreciate that, man. I'll continue to be the good guy, man. How's everybody week going thus far?
Everybody, I'm
I'm
having a good
good.
week.
Better
I'm
than
having a
most.
good week so far. Ready
I
for Friday.
I had prepared a few topics for this evening, and so they're right here on standby. I got sound bites and everything loaded up, but today we're gonna do something a little different. Uh, Normally, right at this point, we'd have a message from our sponsor, but today's sponsor is Black people. Y'all are magical. Bet that. So, moving forward, who would like to go first? Who wants to share with the group first? Chris, Miriam.
Miriam, go ahead,
Go
ladies
ahead,
first.
Chris. No, I'm gonna let Chris go first.
Okay. So I don't have any extra sound bites or anything for mine. It's just a very simple question that I noticed a lot of people have different stances on. Um I wanted to get the panel's opinion of those watching. How do you feel? It's your wedding day, your
Shout
wedding
out, Posh.
reception. Shout out Posh King. What happening? It's your wedding day, wedding reception, you and your spouse's day, and somebody else proposes to their significant other on your day. How do you feel?
Mm.
I will allow the lady to answer that first.
Um, so for me, I would not be upset. I would actually be very happy for them. And if there was any way that I could, help coordinate it, I would, because I feel like happiness is, for everybody. So I wouldn't be upset personally. But all of my friends are like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If somebody proposed my wedding day, you get knocked out. And it's like, because they want all the attention on them or whatever. But I'm like, you shouldn't have to fight for the attention anyway. It's your day. So I wouldn't be moved, but I know other women that are like, nah, not happening.
That makes sense. Of course, male standpoint, my standpoint is me personally, I wouldn't personally care. However, I know my wife probably would, and that would be a problem, and that would be something that I would probably have to hear every couple of years come out her mouth. Why did such and such propose on our wedding day? So to avoid the conflict, I would suggest not doing it personally.
Jay?
I'm gonna have to agree with the majority, which is everybody thus far, and say I don't think it's a good look. But my reasoning
Well,
is different. I think anytime that you take away from any other moment to have your moment, I think that's kind of bad taste. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So I wouldn't recommend it at someone else's wedding. I wouldn't recommend it at like let's say y'all both are
Damn sure
Kansas
not
City
funeral.
Chiefs. Nah, let's say y'all both are Kansas City Chiefs fans. I wouldn't recommend it doing it at the Super Bowl as we win. I would,
right.
you know what I'm saying? don't, don't try to take away from
Don't take
Pat's
the
moment.
time. Don't
Yeah,
take
yeah.
no
Don't
time. Right,
and and create your own moment. I think it would be more memorable for the person that you're proposing to if the
right.
moment and the day and everything was about her and her alone. Uh, it 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 stands to reason that most women don't like to share attention on their day. And then for those two, because so if that's cool, is it also cool to have a dual wedding? Let somebody else pay for all the wedding, and you just bring your old lady over there and say, "Hey, look, y'all already got the pastor right there. Hold on. We're gonna get married right quick."
Nah, see, that's
So
different. That is outlandish.
that is definitely different. And yeah, heck nah, I ain't having that.
Nah, this ain't no sitcom like Fresh Prince where almost canceled the wedding and then the parents got married. Yeah, that only works in fairy tales and sitcoms. So that is absolutely unacceptable.
I mean, everybody here, y'all already dressed up, man. I'm gonna go ahead and marry Shorty. Nah,
not in my wedding.
But some people even have like double weddings and stuff.
If it's planned,
That's
yes.
planned out. That's right. That's planned out.
If it's planned out,
That's right. Not I spent $20,000 on my wedding, and then
you proposed right here at the
you
reception.
propose right here. That's right in my reception. Or right after we do our vows, during our vows, whatever the case is, and now we gotta do a wedding, but you ain't spent no bread. You see what I'm saying? No,
Yeah.
not gonna happen. We got the same friends. Will we get all our friends? No. Hell
everybody
no.
already here.
Right. Everybody already. No. No. That's not gonna work. That's
Now,
not gonna work.
I will say my take is a little bit different as far as the proposing goes. I'm okay with certain stipulations, right? I feel like one, it can't be anybody. Anybody can't just be proposing at the wedding, right? It has to be people that we consider, me and my wife, we consider like really, really close people, or family, really, really, close loved ones, right? And come ask us first. So that way we not surprised about it. And that way we can be like, we think about it, be like, okay, you know what? Is she cool with, having this? If she feel like sharing the love and, love wins today, cool. But like, let us know. Give us the courtesy of being like, hey, this is what I was thinking. Is this okay with y'all? Don't just feel the moment and be like, you know what? I'm going to just take this chance and, propose and da. And now we sitting up there at the table, you know what I'm saying? We about to enjoy our moment, but not everybody talking about your moment because we wasn't prepared for it. So at least
So again, everybody's looking at the best possible scenario. They propose and she accepts.
if she said
Imagine
no, whoo,
imagine the room if she says no.
yeah, the whole vibe is killed.
You can't even get back to the get back.
Like, first of all, that's even that work out better because now my vibe ain't killed. Because now we got something to laugh and talk about. I don't have no chill. So all night I'm gonna be killing you, coming up to you. Nah, nah, nah,
That
no.
is so
But
rude.
but we friends though.
But
You
we
know what
friends.
I'm saying?
But we friends
But
though.
we friends though.
Listen, that
Yeah.
would I don't you know what? That's a different wrench, Jay. Cause I didn't think of the other side of that. If she says no, now the
Right,
whole room is like, oh,
right, right.
So like imagine, let's say Antonio, I'm gonna talk to you because I know you.
Yep.
Let's say
nigga,
you getting married.
you don't know me.
No. Watch what I do. Let's say you getting married, right? I don't know when or why you're doing this, but let's say that's what you're doing. And we there, you know what I'm saying? I'm standing up there beside you or whatever.
Right.
And then let's say Brianna's boyfriend, like, yo, here we go. And then he proposed to Brianna. She says no. Like, whatever you had planned for the rest of your reception, you already know it's done. It's
Right.
it's a whole different, now it's a whole different party. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll still be having fun, but your mom might be like, what would make him do that?
That's right. That's right. I got to go through all of the stipulations and questions, but see that drive a whole another point too. Going back to what Chris said, like somebody that you know. Well, I guess the point that both of y'all made, but at the same time, I feel like my friends know to not do that. You see what I'm saying? Like without question. You know what I'm saying? So without question, they're not gonna be on none of that type of time. So I feel like it would be better coming from somebody that I don't know, because then it's like, okay, I don't even know who this fool is, and like I say, then I can talk junk. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
So another extension of the question, right? Say everything is a perfect storm, everything works how it's supposed to work, right? When would be the perfect time for somebody to propose during this day? Like, from the wedding to the reception, like where in there? Because there's all different kind of events. You got, of course, you got the ceremony, you got the reception, so you got the toast from the best man, the bride's,
Right.
so and so, da 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 da. When in the day would be the best time y'all think to
If
propose?
if it
The
was ever
bouquet
after,
toss. The
if it was
bouquet toss. So
if,
it would if it was I agree with Chris in that it should be planned. So then we could say, hey, we're gonna toss the bouquet and I go and give it to because I've seen this happen. I go and give it to her, and then I know that the proposal is about to happen. So there's this perfect moment and this joyous moment. But I also would not set my friend up to be proposing to somebody she don't want to marry. Like I would know ahead of time, like, nah, bro, that ain't what she want to do. Not on my day. Like, I think people would know, like, she's gonna say no ahead of time.
I would say after like so after they do the best man toast and all those whatever, that a lot of weddings they give random people from the crowd a time to say words of encouragement to the couple, whatever. I'd say somewhere in there, if it was gonna happen at all, just throw them in there, man. Here, get the mic, man. Say something stupid. Don't talk to me, talk to her, type shit. Uh,
Right.
and then the best time is on your own time. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
We
Fact.
we pay for this for
Fact.
4 hours, yo. And,
That's the best time.
we
Your
trying to
own
play the
time.
wobble. We trying to
Yeah.
wobble. Yo, you out here want
Exactly.
to marry this hoe. I mean,
Exactly.
my bad. You
Hey,
You out here
you
want to
try
marry this girl?
Right.
we trying to wobble. You out here talking about on bended knee. No, nigga.
Exactly.
oh,
We trying
Exactly.
what's the other little line then? We trying to Cupid shuffle.
Yeah, all of that. Right.
Yeah.
see,
With
my
the
thing
what's the
is, I
election guy
guess
with Candy come on, just like Candy.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to do all that. You out here want to marry her.
Jay. But my thing is like I guess because I would be happy for my friends regardless. Like I would be so excited to be a part of it that I wouldn't mind personally. But I would, like Chris said, like to know ahead of time. Like I don't want you to spring that on me as I'm like doing something for my day and then you like steal one of my bridesmaids and do something to, mess up my
Right.
plans. So
Now
So
the
as
only
the
way,
as
hold on.
the
The only way it's acceptable, right? Um, let's say we at the wedding and everything happened, whatever, and the bartender wants to marry the motherfucking caterer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know neither one of them. Go ahead and propose, man, and then start serving drinks. The rest of these drinks free or
Let me
whatever.
tell you something.
It's got to be the work staff.
Let me tell you something. Head less even worse, because then I'm cussing the bar staff out, because
correct.
they should
Correct.
definitely know better. You know what I'm saying? That
you out
like
here
if
getting
anybody
triggered
know better,
because you ready to
yeah,
propose.
staff is the worst. They you know what I'm saying?
Nigga come from the
That's the
kitchen.
worst
Hey,
one.
excuse me, you don't
Right,
mind if I talk to this young lady
right,
right here?
He out,
right.
he, he out there cooking the steaks, got blood on his apron. He's like, "Hey man, I'm just trying to propose to my shorty, man. She right there, man. No,
I'm
man,
gonna
if
tell
you
you
don't
what.
go, take your head back there, and finish some steaks."
Yo, the
I'm
venue
gonna
would
tell
be
you. I'm gonna tell
free.
you. I'm gonna tell you when it's acceptable right now. Right, destination wedding across seas. You know, people get married on the beach or what have you. You know, they have the reception or whatever, and then off to the side, away from everybody else, because you came with your plus one to this destination beautiful wedding, and you're by the water, and then you propose. Nobody knows, just you and her. It's beautiful. You know,
That's a
that's
2 for 1. That's a
fine.
two for
That
one.
Two
that's
bird, one
right.
stone, once in a
That's
lifetime
fine. That's
shit.
right. Because we done got the wedding, taken care of. We done had our ceremony. We at the reception. The reception is going on. We done had all our dances. We about two wins, two shades in. So and you off to the side doing your thing. That's when it's acceptable to me. I wouldn't have no problem with it.
But
Nah,
what if it's like the very end of the wedding where
Yeah.
everything like everybody's wrapping up, everybody's going home. They're like, this balloon arch looks like a real good place to propose, and they just walk over and
I
propose
mean, at
after
that
everything
point,
is
it is what
done.
it is. Because,
yeah.
like I said, they probably
Once
Oh,
talk.
I'm
by
ready to
that time
leave,
the bride and groom is gone.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Once I'm ready to
exactly,
leave, y'all can do what y'all want to in
exactly,
this building.
Hey, I guarantee you,
exactly.
I ain't never seen no bride and groom stay to when they started packing shit up. They already gone to the
Right.
honeymoon by that
Yeah,
point.
yeah. You be exactly,
That's just a family reunion
exactly,
at that point.
exactly.
Right.
All
Now,
right. Oh,
as real quick, one more
go ahead.
for the lone woman on the panel tonight. Got a question for you, right?
Angela Yee, and I guess you, Charlotte Lemaine Lagarde. You know what
Charlotte,
I'm
Charlotte
saying?
McGay,
Charlotte McGay, Charlotte
Charlotte
McGay,
McGay.
Charlotte
Man,
Charlotte
McGay.
McGay,
y'all got some names
Angela
on y'all,
Yee.
boy.
Go ahead,
So,
go ahead.
Miriam, as a woman, right? When
Hmm.
you looking, you go 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, 10 years down the line. You looking through your wedding book. You know what I'm saying? Anniversary comes up. How would you feel that every time you bring up your wedding anniversary, that the anniversary of that engagement is attached to it? Could you like constantly deal with that reminder year after year?
I would be overjoyed. Like I would include that. Like if I had like a wedding book or whatever, I would include that because of course, like you said, I would have already known it was gonna happen. So it would be
Yeah,
an
get
integral
that shit
part of the
started.
day. Like I wouldn't be upset. But like I said, I don't have any friends that I know of that would be like, oh yeah, that's acceptable. I
Right.
would, because for me, a wedding is a moment, just like any other thing, like any other event, it's just a moment. So for me, like it's something that's gonna come and it's gonna go in a couple hours. So, I'm not gonna be upset with my friend for also enjoying my moment with me. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm too nice. I don't know. But
I got
yeah,
Well,
I would be happy to see that that's something that happened on my wedding day. I'm like, they felt that we were special enough to, be a part of that. So
well,
So look,
I'll tell y'all a real story real quick, just because we talking about being engaged or whatever. The other day, today is the 19th. So on the 17th, 7 years ago, I actually proposed to my wife, uh, in grand fashion. You know what I'm saying? As looking like only I can look, doing like only I can do, man. And I sung the smooth sounds of a now canceled artist that I will not name on this
Robert.
podcast. Oh yeah, it was definitely Rob. It was definitely Rob. But
and
yeah, man.
you would definitely sing it, that's for sure.
Hey, that boy hit all them notes.
Was it Honey Love?
Nah, nah, man. Nah, heck nah. Heck nah. Heck nah. No. Heck,
What
heck
was
nah.
the song, bro?
he said, "Was it Honey
Um,
Love?"
I don't remember the name of the song. Oh,
Um,
the name of the
I
song
don't
is
remember that.
Forever. It's
I was
on
about to
Chocolate
tell you what
Factory.
it was.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's called Forever, and the video was in my memories a couple of days ago. But yeah, yeah. Shout out to me. Uh, wait a minute, not shout out to me. Yeah, shout out to my wife. Let's do it that way. And shout out to me for singing. But anyway, yeah. Let's transition. Uh, this is called a segue. You have now been segued. Miriam, go ahead.
Okay. So this is a topic that I had a conversation about recently, and it was a very, very, very informative conversation. And I just wanted to get like the panel involved because I wish that Janae was here though, so that I can have another female perspective.
If you want Janae here,
But
it better not be on Juneteenth. But go ahead.
say that again.
I said if you want Janae here, we got to do this not on Juneteenth.
Well, I know now as I look around at the panel and see who is present.
Janae's on
But enjoy
holiday.
your Juneteenth, Janae.
She's
We'll see you
celebrating
next
for the
week.
ancestors.
Right. So for me, I'm wondering, it's kind of two parts to the question. And I'm gonna see how we answer, how we get through the first part, and then maybe I'll ask the second part. But what is it that males and females consider flirting from the opposite sex or from whoever, I guess you could say, well, from the opposite sex and the same sex, really. What do men consider flirting and what do women consider flirting?
I
Like
think
what indicates to you that somebody's flirting with you?
I think that is uh purely subjective. I think literally everybody has different ways of flirting. I know we have like maybe like the basic of flirting, and even that still might be different. I can just only speak from like how I used to flirt or how I got flirted towards too. Um,
Okay.
I think
Wait. We
Yeah,
gonna
I
separate
know.
that.
Me too. Me, what? Flirted
This
towards too? That
this
nigga,
nigga
he
said
said
flirted
flirted
towards you.
towards too.
I don't know how to like be the flirtee.
No, no, we know what you're talking about. It was just funny the way
No,
you
all
phrased
you had to do. Hey, listen, I'm gonna get you that last quicker.
it.
Flirted with. How I
That's
got
it. He said
flirted with. That
right.
boy
He
said
said
flirt
he
There we
said
towards
flirted
you.
towards you,
Yeah,
and I was like, whoa, okay.
I took the long way to get there. But me, I it depends. It depends if I'm sober or if I had a little alcohol. A little
As far
alcohol,
as how you flirt or how somebody flirts with you.
how I
I'm not
flirt.
asking about how you flirt. I'm asking what y'all perceive as someone flirting with you,
Oh,
not how
oh,
you flirt, because it's
oh.
perception is reality, right? So when we think about kind of how people think and how people do things, it's based on their perception. It's based on what they think is the message that they're getting. So what I'm curious about is what is it that men perceive as flirting from a woman
I
or
got
from
you.
another
Oh, that's
man, if
easy.
you
I
want to
got
answer
you.
that.
You
Oh, that's
ever
easy.
you ever seen a woman do like the up down look with a smile, like a slight smile, like that real quick head to toe look with a little smirk? That lets me know something. That's flirting.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we've got, I feel like I need to pull out a notebook and a pen because I need to write this down so that when I come back to these points, I'm gonna shut y'all down. But anywho, so a woman looking a man up and down with a smile. Let me take notes.
She about to kill you, Chris. It's about to be on
I'm
and
about to
Hey,
kill
popping.
all of
listen,
y'all.
listen,
Nah, not
listen.
me. Not
Shit.
me. Yeah.
Women also
so
be playing games a
so
lot too, so you can't really take shit at face value.
right. So he made a very good point when he first started off when he said flirting is subjective. All right. And it can be very vague. All right. And it's also how you perceive it. That individual, that male, perceives being flirted with. You see what I'm saying? All
Mm-hmm.
right. So there are obvious flirts. Okay. Some of the obvious flirts, which don't mean that, hey, they really want you, but it's a flirt, like a flirt could be exactly what he said. Subjective, very small, but it's a flirt, you know.
Like,
Someone winking their eye. I'm giving you an example. Someone winking their eye, like a female, back in the day, old men would wink their eye, little stuff like that could be considered a flirt. You see what I'm saying?
okay.
Not, you know, I'm hollering at you or I'm running game on you, because those are different scenarios which both men and women do. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's all in the perception. All right. Now that doesn't mean if I say hello to you, that's not me flirting with you. You
Facts.
smell nice
Okay.
today. You look nice today. That's not me flirting with you. You understand where I'm coming from? But it's
Hmm.
subjective because some people, some let's say that dude, shut up. Some people could perceive that as flirting. I don't. I personally don't.
Man
What's
down.
going on? What's going on, Mel? What's good? What's good? So
Okay.
that's me.
So
Yep.
far,
So
I
hmm
got a up and down look with a smile, and I got a wink. That's all I
But
got so
I
far.
mean, but these are that's physical stuff. If I come up to you and smack you on the ass, that's first of all that's way too far. And then again, like I said,
I
you
didn't
said flirting.
wait. I didn't ask about what you
You
do. I'm
said flirting.
asking what women do
Yep.
to you
Yep.
that you perceive as flirting?
All right, so let me go ahead
It's
and let me go ahead
subjective.
and let me
It's
go ahead and
subjective.
It's
let me go
not
ahead and
subjective. I'm
It
asking you
is.
for real life scenarios. Like it's not subjective. I
Like,
want
how
y'all
have
to
women
think.
flirted with you in the past?
so here's
Correct.
the thing. Here's the thing, and you're gonna think that this is a cop out answer, and it's not. And I'm gonna use Antonio Mahoney as a witness, a character witness, because he's been my best friend since my 9th grade year, right?
I'm glad
Correct.
You
y'all
can,
not test subjects because I would never get the data I need
no,
for my
listen for real,
study
I got
because
for
y'all
real.
giving me no answers.
We
I
about
got
to
you.
give you.
Come back
We
around.
about
I
to
got
give
If
you
you're
some answers. We
if
about to
you're
give you some more
flirting
answers.
if you're
Right.
flirting with me, you have to tell me, because I'm Stevie Wonder to the bullshit.
Oblivious.
I don't see it.
Oblivious.
Lies.
Right.
I'm not gonna see it. But
Right.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, because uh you said how have women flirted with you? So here's the
Right.
thing. What you as a woman may do to we'll just use me. What you may consider flirting to me, and I may say, oh, she might be flirting, and the next woman may do the same thing, but that's just how she communicates. So I can't
Right.
afford to assume that anything is flirting. You're gonna have to
Right.
come out directly and say, hey, big sexy, or hey, big chocolate,
Right.
or
Right.
hey, whatever.
Right.
Now one woman I know for a fact was flirting with me at a party because I was eating chicken, and she was like, "Damn, it's sexy how you eating that chicken." And I
There
was
we go. There we go.
like,
Yeah.
so
He just.
at
Yeah.
that point, I was like,
He giving you some more examples. He
yeah,
giving you some more examples right there.
Okay,
That's like
okay.
3 or 4
So
examples. Yep.
so
what,
the
what,
next example is direct comment.
yeah,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
gotta directly
That's
That
a
is
direct
tell
that is
me,
comment.
the
Yeah.
best. That is the best form. Tell like
Yeah.
yeah,
Direct comment.
tell me something.
I'm
Right.
not asking
because
for the
typically,
best form,
no,
men
because
on the panel. I'm
typically,
asking for what women have actually done. That in your mind, you said, "Oh, that's the green light right there." What do women do to
Oh, I
flirt
mean,
with
they
you?
do. Look.
so again,
Go ahead.
invading my personal space in a seductive
Okay,
type manner,
Yep.
okay.
or
Yep.
it has to be over the top obvious for me to even react on it, because a lot of times you can't even take the communication or whatever any kind of way, because you don't know that person at that particular point, so you don't know
Fact.
how they try to communicate. You know what
Facts.
I'm saying?
Don't be thumbsing up, sir,
Nah,
Right.
I think
without
it
some more
picked up.
examples.
I think it picked up my hand movement.
Oh, I'm
I don't
like,
know. I
why
don't
is
know how that
Mahoney
shit
giving
works,
you
man.
thumbs up?
It did.
I don't know how that shit works. But
Me
Yeah,
either.
but
damn,
It did it
god
again.
damn.
That's
I've had a woman buy me drinks at the club before.
oh, she was trying to.
Okay,
Yeah, she was applying full court pressure.
some pressure. Right.
Yeah.
okay,
If they
okay.
buy
What
you
else?
food, it's real.
Yep. I can agree with that.
If they buy you food, they trying to go home with you.
Depends on the setting, but depends on the setting.
True.
Okay,
True.
what else? Mahoney, get your thumbs together.
I promise.
Get your
They
thumb
can't.
out the camera.
My,
He's not moving though. That's the
no,
crazy
I'm
part.
I
not
know, but
moving.
maybe it's because his thumb is showing, but mine is showing and it's not coming up. So I don't know what it is.
I'm not even moving. I've been in the same position before the thumbs was even going up. So I don't know.
Pause. Pause. I've been in the same position
He
before
just
the
gonna let that one
thumbs was
die.
going
Let
up.
that one die. Let that one die.
Oh,
Let that one die. That was crazy.
woo.
That
That
one,
was
Jesus.
that one
that
was
was
crazy.
that was
That's
crazy
getting
work.
that's
That was
getting clipped
nasty.
up.
That was nasty.
I don't know. I feel like how you compliment my cologne, because you can just like, oh, that
Yeah.
smells nice, da, da, da.
Yeah.
But if you like,
Yeah.
if you put a little bit extra on how you compliment my cologne, I
Right.
think that's flirting.
What's the extra?
But
What's the extra?
I mean,
Like
the extra.
like say something like, I wonder if you taste as good as you smell. I know you're
Yep.
trying to fuck.
Yep. Yep.
That's flirting
Yep.
though. That's flirting.
And then the flirting
Okay.
response, the response to that type of flirt would be, "Do you want to find out?" Or boom, and then that may go wherever that go. But you know what
Right.
I'm saying? If you say that to
Right.
me, I'm be like, nah, they made that in the lab.
Right.
This is God made. So of course I taste
Natural
better
juices
than
and
that.
berries.
This is God made.
What else?
No, but
So
flirting is one of those
no, I
things.
want to see
Honestly,
us get toe up. Let's get to us getting toe up.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so how you gonna tear us up? I'm
Okay,
ready for that.
so far from my research of the panel, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we've
Mm-hmm.
got for signs that a woman is flirting with the three of you. We have up and down look with a smile. We've got a
That ain't from the
wink.
three of us.
General consensus. General consensus. This is
Let
the
me get back to my research
this is
Go
the
data,
ahead, go
dating
please,
ahead,
sir.
go
pool.
ahead,
Thank
go ahead,
you.
go
So,
ahead.
from what I have found from my research,
Mm-hmm.
okay, up and down winks, excuse me, up and down looks with a smile, a wink, a direct comment, and
Mm-hmm.
a woman invading your personal space, a woman buying you a drink or buying you food, or a woman complimenting your smell. Those are the signs that a woman is flirting.
A few
Those
of
are
them,
some
yes.
signs
A
which
few.
are subjective.
That's right.
I'm gonna keep throwing the disclaimer out there. So what you got for us? I'm
Go ahead
listening.
and
Can
go
y'all
ahead
think
and
of any others?
Of course,
I'm sure we could. But
direct comments. You know what I'm saying?
I
Direct
already got
comments.
that on here.
All right, but I mean that's the majority of the flirt. You
it
see what I'm
is.
saying? Like the majority of the flirt is direct comments. You know?
Okay.
And then
So,
I will say this: a lot of things that used to be flirting back in the day is not flirting today, right? So
Hey,
if you would
listen.
go to the club, right? You remember? I don't know whatever they call it where y'all at, but we used to call it juking, right? So when the girl danced on the dude in the club, it was juking, right? Now, or I guess now it's like twerking on them or whatever, but it was a little bit less, abrasive than twerking, right? It was, sensual, whatever. But they did that if they was feeling you. Now girls do that. They see a guy in the club, they do that, and then but it's not considered flirting, right? So it's also some things that used to be considered flirting that aren't considered flirting now. You know what I'm saying?
so should I add that to my research or not?
You can.
What is the purpose of a woman flirting though? Is flirting the end goal in most cases? What is that? We ain't got that far, sir. So, man down, I'll get to you in a minute. So, I'm asking this question because I had a conversation and pretty much the male perspective that I got is that a woman engaging in any type of conversation with a man or engaging a man at all on any level, whether that be physical, conversation, or whatever, is a green light for them to then make a pass at a woman.
Incorrect.
That's not flirting. That's not flirting. That's what I'm trying. I mean, that's not flirting. So I'm trying to figure. You like that's like none of that's flirting.
So
Flirting.
so
Say that again.
None of what is flirting.
None of what you said is flirting. Like
so
like
a cheat.
I talk to women on a daily basis every day, and I definitely don't assume that because we're talking that they are flirting with me. You see what I'm saying? Like we're engaged in casual conversation. Now, unless something happens where she is actually flirting, i.e., some of the stuff that we said, then yeah. But the fact that we talking is not flirting
And
because I
let me
know.
say
But
this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm about to say because, but I see where Miriam is coming from because I've seen a lot of dudes who think that just because a girl is talking to them that she want them, which is crazy. You
Which is
know what I'm saying? And I'm
bananas.
like, she wants no parts of you. You know what I'm
Bananas.
saying? But I know a lot of dudes who think that. That's why I'm like, no, like it's casual conversation. Unless you were actually flirted with, then no, she she don't want you. She just talking to you. You know what I'm saying?
So
So go ahead, baby.
here's the real, right? The green light to make a pass at them, right? So even if somebody was flirting with you, they could still dish you. None of that
Right.
don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or if you see somebody that you want to talk to, whether they flirting with you or not, if your confidence level is up, you got your own self the green light. No one gives you a green light to go and say, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? How you doing? I'd like to take out. No one gives you that green light. That green light is in her because she has an option to say yes or no. So whether flirting happened or not, or whether you felt like she was digging you or not, you know what I'm saying? I have seen and been a part of reading shit wrong before. If you just want to be honest. So and
Happens to the best of us.
yeah. It didn't happen often, but it's happened.
But
And if you
what about the situation did you read wrong? Like that's what I'm trying to get to the root of, or try to better understand for not only myself, but all of our lovely, beautiful goddesses that are viewing this podcast, is what is that indicator to a man that a woman wants more attention from them?
No, I've read it. I've read it
Because
wrong. I've read it wrong on both ways. I thought somebody was feeling me when they wasn't, and I thought somebody wasn't feeling me when they was. And here's the thing. That's why I said, if you don't talk to me directly, I didn't know, and I don't care. That's
Right.
a moment that happened.
But
Right.
even if
I'm
if
not gonna
someone's
go. I'm not
talking
gonna.
to you and having conversation with you, what is the green light to say, you know what, maybe she is interested on some level, and maybe I should ask for her number or her Instagram, or tell
That
her that I think that she's beautiful and I would
Nah,
like to
that
take her
nah.
takes
out.
Hold on.
that takes a level of
Hold on. No. No. Nobody give a shit about what if she interested. The green light is, am I interested?
Right.
I'm trying to get your number because I'm interested. I don't give a shit
Right.
if you. I'll know in a second if you give it to me
Right.
that you may be interested back. But
Right.
no, the green light. I don't give a shit how you feel until you tell me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
the thing that goes off in a dude's head most of the time, in my opinion, I can't speak for all dudes, but I'll talk about this dude. The thing that went off in my head anytime I've ever approached a female ever in the history of life is, hey, I'm interested for one or more reasons. Period.
Okay.
to
And
answer
that
your
that
question. To answer
go
your
ahead,
question a
Chris.
little bit more directly, right? For me, it's about body language. Body language is very, very important, and a lot of people need to understand body language, because body language says everything that your mouth doesn't, right? So you got to pick up on body language cues. Like um if she's more open facing towards you, that means she's uh more receptive to what you're talking about, right? But if she's closed
Or she
off,
can have a bad back, and that's comfortable for her to sit. Like I'm just
Right.
saying.
Yeah, right. I feel where you're coming from. Right. Right. Right.
So
like
listen,
I was saying.
you really don't you really just don't know. You
But
you
Right.
it's
don't
but when
know
you have
until you
but
know.
you can't just not like if there's clues there, or if there's something that presents itself as clues, then you have to take it for as such. Otherwise, you end up looking like
But
an ass in the end.
you know what that go back to? It's all subjective because it could be exactly how Jay said it, or it could be exactly how you were thinking it. You see what I'm saying? It could be the bad back. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
It
know.
could
Body
be.
language is hard to hide.
It is hard to hide for some people. Some people stuff is written all over their face. But the point is, again, I can't
The only
assume
body
because a
language I
girl,
wanna read is how fast can you get dressed in the
yeah,
morning.
grown women make it obvious that you're interested.
So it's
That's
one
a
of those things, man. For real,
that's a good one. That's a good
this
one.
boy said this ain't Blues Club.
Yeah, man.
No, for real. Listen, so you can usually, if a
Right.
person has no interest in you, you may know. But again, you may not know. Some people, again, what they call it, playing hard to get or whatever. Like
Right.
you just don't know. You
Right.
don't know unless you have that conversation and you ask. Uh,
That
Taco,
was pretty good.
Shout out to Taco.
Taco, man.
Shout out to
This is
Taco.
what we
Taco
be
Blue.
doing this here too. We doing this here
That's
too,
what's up.
Taco.
That's what's up.
But let me
Okay,
let me say
Um,
this. Let me say this, right?
go ahead.
You guys are older. You guys come from a different generation where the women of that generation were a lot more forward about what they wanted. They saw something. No, no, no. Yes,
I
yes.
think it's the opposite.
No,
Man, these
no.
women ain't for these women backwards. The women in my generation backwards.
I
No
think the
disrespect.
women.
No disrespect, Miriam.
I think the women now are.
I almost gave you the finger.
You can sit down in that chair and think all night if you want to. You going to bed alone. I think the women now are more reserved as far as like putting themselves out there when actually trying to
Dude, hold on, time out. Taco, whatever Blue was looking for was on the screen the whole entire time. You should be 100% at Blue's Clues, bro.
that's some facts.
You don't
Facts.
get no brownie points for that.
I want to know the one you missed. I wanna,
Okay, Chris, what were you saying?
I done forgot now. You made me
Okay.
lose my train of thought.
He was
my
saying
bad, Chris.
that the women these days are well, you were saying something about
So
the women
yeah,
these
okay.
days,
So like
right?
there was you didn't have to really
You
read.
said they're more reserved. You said the women these days are more reserved.
You didn't have to like you have to really because anything can be taken now as unwanted attention, right? That's why I say that the older generation was more like more forward about it. Like, hey, either I want this dude or I don't, right? They'll let you know in a heartbeat, I'm not feeling you. But now, and trust me, trust me, okay. Now, somebody could like be giving off some attention or giving off that energy of flirting, and then you go and pursue that, and then they end up turning into a sh case, right? So it's very very finicky now than what it used to be. So
Chris,
that's why I say you have to pick up the clues and you have to really study like the body language. You have to like it's a lot more now because the climate that we're in makes it a lot more sensitive to those that issue.
I agree. The Me Too movement and all these
hold
movements,
on.
have made it very difficult for people to, you know, do things without being put on blast, on social media or whatever. But
Am I living
what
in the
gives
Twilight
okay,
Zone?
we're gonna take it a step
Hold on.
Me
further.
too.
Hold on.
Me
No,
too.
we're
Yo.
not.
Yep.
Am I living? Are y'all
I
for
don't know
real?
what's going on. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know where y'all living at.
What wasn't it? What is it? The woman in this generation who came out of song talking about we eating a nigga ass?
You're right. I was trying to figure it.
Ain't that this
So
generation?
wait.
Chris started off with the women. The women in this generation are more reserved. I was gone after that. I just
Yeah,
put my head down. I just
So
put my
I
head
How
think
down.
they
I
act,
think
how they
Chris
act
said
versus
it
how they
different.
portray is two different things. I guarantee you, a lot of the women that be saying the stuff that they be saying in these songs don't be doing none of that shit in real life.
hey man, this comment
So,
right here is
so my
perfect.
thing is, I think Chris just phrased it wrong. What Chris was trying to say is that women of this generation aren't more reserved, but women of this generation, you have to be more mindful of your actions because your actions can be perceived as something that it may not be, or you might read something wrong and be in court or blasted on the internet because people want notoriety or their face on Instagram or to go viral or whatever. So a lot of things that may have happened before or may have whatever are not as
Man, women of this generation
is
do
more
fentanyl.
prevalent now. So he's not saying women are more reserved. Women are far from reserved. I think that's not the case, but I think he's saying that you
Y'all
have to
do
be
know this
more
is the
mindful.
generation of OnlyFans. This is the generation of Instagram
Right. I
models.
already changed the word. It's
Yeah,
not reserved.
This is the
like
generation of BBLs. Like,
hold
dude,
on. Let's not forget that y'all generation is big black bodacious 89. Let's not fucking forget that shit either.
Like I
nigga,
said,
in our generation there was
the
five porn
appropriate word
stars.
was not, the appropriate
Everybody's a
word
porn
was not
star now.
reserved.
In our generation, sexy red does not exist.
She barely exists
That's
in this
a
movie.
lie. Lil
Who was
Kim,
sexy? Look,
Trina.
first of all, Lil Kim could rap and so could Trina.
They
Trina,
could they could
Trina has
they could
always
ride
been
the
the
beat,
baddest
but
bitch.
they won't rapping because nobody wrote that. They didn't write that themselves. They said whatever the puppet master told them to say, and they was out there twerking and popping. The only thing is they didn't have BBLs and all that stuff back then. That's rude. That's rude, man down. That is rude. All women are not for the avenues and the boulevards.
Nah,
Okay.
it ain't
Some
all women.
women.
Listen, he not saying all women. What I'm saying is, by and large, the audacity of women now, like, so I'm gonna say that for another day. Like, literally,
I think what it is the
no,
older generation of women.
what it is I can't tell you shit about the women in the 70s because I wasn't there.
Right.
I wasn't there. I can't tell you
Right.
nothing about the women in the 80s because I was there, but I wasn't old enough to pay attention. So
Right.
the 90s and the 2000 women, Chris, you really don't know, man. And if you think that they are less reserved and less they are more direct and less about the games, brother, you might want to reconsider. Because I don't know. Hey, listen. In fact, the women of the 90s and the 2000s have been called Milton Bradley and Parker Brothers. They full of games.
Can we get back on topic?
That is the topic.
No, it's not. That's not the topic. Okay. So to get us back to the avenue and the boulevard that we were already on, okay, I'm going to take it a step further. What can a woman do or has done to give you the green light for physical contact?
You got to touch me. You got to touch me. I have a really big fear of SA cases,
OC slipped it.
right? Being in the Navy, being in the military period, right? It's a very huge thing that they harp on, which is SA, right? And I've seen a lot of people get jacked up over false accusations and da 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 da. And so I've told, girls that I've dealt with before, sometimes they've even asked me like, why haven't you made a move yet? Why haven't you? And I tell them, like, listen, as much, it doesn't matter how much that I want to, right? My intent does not matter. Like, consent is everything. So before I go and do something because I feel like I can maneuver that way, you have to tell me and show me that that's what you want, right? And you can't be drunk either. Drunk is completely that's out the way, right? You have to be of sober mind and intent. And the way for me to know that is by you not necessarily like initiating like full blown, sexual contact, right? But you just have to like show me something physical first that lets me know that okay, we're on the same page. Now you open the door, I can walk through it. So that's my green light. Like you gotta like physically touch me, or just come straight out and say like, yo, fuck me, dude. Essentially.
Mike Tyson said it best. Sign the contract. No, listen. You're not. What you won't do is me too, Dinesh. That's not gonna happen. We gonna have a definite conversation about it. We're gonna have yeah, it's gonna be a lot. And I'm not even saying, hey, you got to touch me first, but it's got to be in plain English, plain whatever. That hey, this gonna be the next move because again, what one person says, hey, this is my green light. The next person green light may be different. And if you try to say, oh, this worked in one situation before, they're gonna have your ass sitting at the defendant table. You know what I mean?
In the orange jumpsuit.
Yeah, and I'm cool on all that.
I agree.
Man,
Take
down.
this internet away, bro. Take this nigga internet away.
Please, somebody cut his power off.
Listen, that's not that.
Yo, he ain't
even though
nothing
that sounds funny, that is exactly
right.
Yeah,
right. I just man, phrasing, dog.
That's actually a good statement. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
He was
There's nothing wrong
all
with
the
that
way
statement.
up until the the third to last word, man. He had
Right.
it.
Not,
He had it. He
not.
could.
No, hey, hosts can be ladies too. They everybody deserve respect.
You got it until you
And
don't.
not and
Okay,
here's
so
the
Nah, you
so
gonna
but
far,
hold on,
you
hold on,
still
hold
gonna
on.
have it.
Here's the thing too, because just because she was a hoe for everybody else don't mean she's gonna be a hoe for you. And so again, you can't assume
Say that
anything.
again. Say that again, Jay.
Just because she was a
I
hoe
agree
for
with that.
everybody else don't mean she's
Well,
gonna be a hoe for you.
Right.
that's a proverb. And that
Hey,
and that,
that'll keep your black ass out of jail.
I was about to say a lot of niggas get that shit fucked up these days, man. Because don't take what she did for the squad and think that applies to you too.
Mm-mm.
That
Okay,
is word is bond.
so
Shout out to
so
Jay for
far
that.
in my second research question, I've gotten touch me in conversation. Are there any other indicators or green lights that a woman can show you that she is ready to initiate? And I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about physical contact of any kind. That could be smacking her on her ass, that could be grabbing a titty, that could be kissing her, anything. Exactly. The whole squad. Come on, dude. But
But
anywho,
no, outside of
You got to
outside of consent, you just don't know. Uh,
That's right.
It's
you
all
You
know,
the
got to
fill in the gap moment.
you got to understand the nature of some men, and not in a disrespectful way at all. And I'm gonna give you an example. So like just because she was related to me, this is true. This is definitely true. But I'm gonna give you an
these are
example.
African proverbs for celebration of Juneteenth, by the way.
So like so I grew up watching my uncles run game, very aggressive. Like when I say aggressive, meaning like you know hollering at women, doing all sorts of things. You know what I'm saying? And not when I say hollering, like like kicking game. But the point is, learning that that's not part of my game. You see what I'm saying? So part of who I am doesn't entail who they are. Like even to this day, like I'll be out with my uncles, and I hope they watch you. Would never mind. The point is, they
don't
are
call me
holler.
to your house if your
They
Uncle Earl like a thick.
Nah, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like you don't know. That goes back to the point where like the touching and this and this and that. I'm real reserved. I'm chill. Like I'm just a chill guy. You see what I'm saying? So like I might miss out on some buns because I'm too chill. You understand where I'm coming from? Oh, whereas you know you might meet her the first day, and she might want to give you some buns the first day, but because you didn't act on it, you missed out on getting the buns. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like observing is part of a game, and then the person, like how people just how they are, is like plays a major role in everything that we've talked about.
Any other answers for question number 2, panel?
Nope.
No, ma'am.
So observation and direct conversation. Those are the only two things that women have done in your however many years of interacting with the opposite sex to indicate to you that there is. I'm not saying I'm not looking for correct answers. I'm not looking for correct answers. I really want y'all
I
to
like that.
understand that. I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure
yeah.
out what really women do that you have perceived as red flags.
Red flags or green lights?
I mean, I was reading, I'm sorry, green lights.
I'm about to say
I was reading and talking at the same
Right.
time. Sorry.
I was like, what you just
I was
say?
like, we didn't talk about the
Man,
red. Okay.
man down, what
Right,
up?
right.
What's going on, good people, man? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
happened? What's going on?
Unfortunately, yes.
Don't start that. We don't need haters on the panel, man. I got one thing I want to say. I got one thing I want to add to the conversation. By the way, I'm enjoying the conversation, man. I really am. But let me say this: in my humble opinion, right? When it comes to men picking up on what a chick is laying down, I mean, because everyone is going to try to be an expert on this is always going to tell you that a woman advances are very subtle, right? And then, like all of y'all was talking about, especially Chris and Mahoney was talking about, this climate now is so different with the Me Too and seeing people get hit up for essay and all that stuff. Those subtle advances are not going to do it well enough for someone who wants to be a gentleman or who don't want to be a creep. So like Mahoney was saying, you're going to miss out on a lot of buns because really we still like a girl to be subtle with her advances. We don't want nobody to be out there like a hound dog because that's what we do. You know, it's not absolutely a turn on to see a woman coming at us that hard unless we really just want to smash, right? It's times for that. Like if I'm in town for one night and I need that, yeah, that might do. But sometimes we're actually looking for girls that, hey man, show me that you worthy enough for me to actually chill with you longer than one night. You know, show me that you good enough to be cuffed up or something. Sometimes we're looking for that as well, and that's when those subtleties are good because we like that quality in women, but we're not picking up on them all the time because we don't want to put ourselves out there to look like a creep. You get what I'm saying? So I think women who use that type of way need to step it up a little bit, and find that happy medium where they're not too outward and too forward, but they're not too subtle. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with everything you said.
They're not out here
Women
ripping
can
your
very
I
ripping
much
your
so.
clothes
agree.
off, but they showing that, you know, hey, I'm interested.
I ain't
Right.
mad at that. I ain't
That's
mad at.
why
I ain't,
I'm
I ain't mad at the
asking the
ripping my clothes off neither.
panel.
I ain't mad at that.
That's But literally, this is why I'm asking, getting the opinion of the panel on what that looks like. Because I think that there's two different things going on. For one thing, a lot of women are flirting in subtle ways that men are not picking up on. And then you have the individuals, males, that go, I didn't even know she liked me like that. And looking stupid when you just missed an opportunity with someone that is actually interested, or B, they're taking something that is completely not an indication of interest and going, it's go time, Nick. Let's go. And then they're getting met with, have you lost your mind? Like,
I,
where is this
Well,
coming from? And they're
I think you got to
confused. What?
right. Like I think just the way you differentiated the two extremes on being subtle and being too forward, you also have to differentiate the type of guy, because if the guy is a creep, he's going to take a subtlety and go a mile
Run
with
with
it.
it.
But if the
Yep.
guy is a
Yep.
gentleman, right? So you got to differentiate. You got to be specific on which guy you're talking about in that situation. So we're talking about the gentleman, or we're talking about the creep.
Hey,
Yo, that's a good one.
Taco
Yo,
just had a
Taco,
good
that's
point
a good
too.
one. That's a good one. Yep.
Taco said,
I
also,
agree.
nah,
we're dumb as fuck. Subtle doesn't work. Want to come upstairs and help me find a charger? I have one in my car. Be right back. We won't figure that out for 2 years. Like to what Mahoney said, like we
Right.
might be so nonchalant and we not trying to present like I'm trying to, you know, take that with you, that we might miss the subtle shit. Like we don't even really pick up, like you are saying simple shit that you can do by yourself, but you're including me. That's a hint. But because we're not like actively pressing and looking for it, we can easily miss something like that. It's
hey,
just how
listen,
we're wired.
it's one of those situations that, and this is for all my fellas out here, and you got to understand this. When in doubt, always choose the under. Hey, I wonder if she's feeling me or not. Act as though not, and if she's really feeling you, she'll turn it up a little bit more to
Up the
let you
pressure.
know.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I'd rather miss out on buns than miss 7 years in the free world. You understand
You
what I'm
better
Why
saying?
believe
is
it.
it always
You better
about
believe it.
buns? Why come
Be-
it
be-
can't be about meaningful connection? Use something else.
Meaningful connections are not
Wait,
nothing
equal
more,
to
so
buns and buns.
y'all, this is the truth.
no connection more
This is the
meaningful
truth,
than
man.
buns.
Listen,
Listen,
meaningful
this,
connection is a lot of syllables and buns is just one. Okay.
There we go. There we
so,
go. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
here's the elephant in the room,
Oh,
Miriam.
Go
And
ahead,
this
man.
and this is what people got to tell girls. uh, y'all really not that fun. Like having
Preach.
like we really not
Right.
trying to get no. Like, what is a meaningful connection with a girl? I would have a meaningful connection with my career. You know, that's meaningful because but we're not looking at y'all like y'all really not there. Nobody's saying, "Dang man, I just need a girl to hang out with." Nobody's saying that. If you're not bringing tail to the equation, we're probably not going to accept nothing else you're bringing. Imagine coming to a dude saying, "You ain't never getting no tail, but I want to be your friend." It's not a lot of dudes that's going to take that deal. You have to bring tail to the equation for me to accept your other stuff. So we'll have a connection with you just for the tail. If I have to like I don't know, if I have to like freaking the opera, okay, I'll settle for that because if the tail is that if I really want it like that, yeah, I start going to the opera with you, right? So I can get that tail. But other than that, the goal is always that tail. It is.
So imagine
If I
this. Imagine imagine this, yo. On the other end, let's say you let's say you go into a restaurant and they're like, today, man, you can only get sides. Ain't no entrees. You can get hors d'oeuvres and sides. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, nah, I'm just gonna go somewhere else. The buns is the entree. You can never forget that. That's gonna be
Man,
the
that's a
entree
good
forever.
analogy. Well, that's a good analogy. I like that. I like that. That's a good analogy.
Soon, see,
Miriam, your mic went out.
Yeah, she a little quiet. She talking to herself.
yeah,
Your mic,
your mic,
your mic,
your mic.
your mic, your mic.
You tapped your mic and it fucked it all up.
And she just going out. She mad too. She done called Melvin a bald head son of a. But you can't get mad. You can't get mad at the truth.
I mean, on the contrast, we can't show up without our wallet and expect the girl to accept everything else. Like
Right.
money, like the first thing we doing is taking you on a date. If I ain't got no money to do that, I probably ain't gonna get them draws. Right? So it's
That's not true.
We know our wallet. I mean, there's always an exception to every rule, but for the most part, I'm not approaching no woman like right now. If you like the way I look, and I'm homeless and I'm on the street asking for money, I'm probably not gonna get your number. It's just true. I'm
Thank
probably
you,
not gonna get your
Candy,
number.
Hallie.
I don't think you've ever went through a drive-through at McDonald's and seen the dude taking your money for your Big Mac and he asked for
Oh,
your
am I
number.
too
And
loud,
you.
Taco Mac?
That's probably not gonna happen. So let's not pretend like money in our wallet is not part of what we bring to a situation.
Or the protection.
Like,
or protection or provision and protection. So if
well,
you
no,
out,
no, that's searching somebody for long term like marriage. That's I'm talking about just basic. I want to get to know this person and have a little something with them. Now I ain't talking about for marriage. For marriage, I'm looking at even more than just your tail because I got to make sure your wound is good enough to bring my kids through. I got to make sure that your habit is going to be passed down to raise my kids and it's going to be good and all that stuff. So I'm looking at even more than that for a wife, but just for a situation, it's going to be the end result is going to be that tail.
So, my research here is not only to educate the women of our podcast viewing audience, but also because once again, I think that things are misconstrued in both directions. I think that some individuals, like y'all have stated, I don't remember who said it exactly, are just plain creeps, are disgusting. And it doesn't matter if you engage or you don't engage, those individuals are going to try something because they're gross. And then there are individuals that are more gentleman-like, and
what
they
do you mean
might
by
completely.
try something? What do you mean like try to get to know you, try to get your number, like What do you mean by try something?
It can be as simple as try to get to know you, can try to get to your number, to groping you or doing something. And I say that from experience because I've been in situations where I haven't engaged an individual, by no means, had no conversation, no nothing, ain't did a wink, a look, a up and down with a grin, nothing. And I have been groped. And that individual is confused as to why I'm not interested or why I might go to hell off. And then I have some that I have engaged that I'm still not interested in. By engaged, I mean had conversations or smiled at or was friendly to. And then they also think that they have an open door. And I'm like, nah, like I'm not interested by no means. And I don't feel like I should have to voice that. It should be a given. Like, I'm not making any direct comments, direct passes, or anything to you. I'm not winking, I'm not flirting, I'm not anything. I might be having a conversation with you about fabric, I don't know, anything. And then it's like, oh, well, because you like fabric, I like fabric too. Let's get to know each other. That's not where I was going with this, by no means. So
So
that's
if I'm to understand you, you just said I shouldn't have to voice that I'm not interested.
correct.
But again, what I said at the beginning, whether you were interested or not, what you found out is that whoever the young man was interested in you. So at that point, if you're not interested, that's the perfect time to voice that you're not interested. Because again, you there's an old adage that says you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know what I'm saying? That maybe there's something about you that person wanted to get to know you better. Hey, listen, no, thank you. I'm married. No, thank you. I'm in a relationship. I appreciate the offer, but I'm not looking for anything right now. All of this is acceptable human behavior. Now the groping and all that shit, that's some creep shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you live on Earth, it doesn't even really matter what you look like or whatever. If you live on Earth for long enough, someone's gonna approach you and express interest in you, and you know whether you're interested or not, you gotta go ahead.
So let me, and this is a larger conversation that can go off into several different branches and conversations. But
Not
let me
tonight
tell
though,
you
'cause my
why that
Popeyes is
can,
getting cold.
what?
I said not tonight though, because my Popeyes is getting cold.
Your Popeye's been cold for about 45 minutes. But let me just make this point. It can be extremely dangerous for a woman to reject a man. It could be very dangerous for a woman to show interest to a man, because there are some individuals out here that are scary. And I'm talking once again from experience. I'm the only female on the panel right now. But I've been in situations where I've been
Prove it.
approached at gas
Prove it.
stations. Huh?
Did
My
you hear me?
homie.
Did you hear me?
You better be glad we on virtual and I'm not close enough to slap you, because I would. I would straight
That
up
was a
neck
good
slap
tension
you.
breaker. That was a good tension breaker.
Right.
But I'm glad that you want to break the tension. But the reality is, a lot of women, that's very dangerous. And I'm gonna give y'all an example. It was an article recently that I read about a young lady. I think she was like 2021, something like that. She went out to like a bar lounge place for her birthday with her brother and sister. They're leaving the place, and as they're leaving the place, a young man is like trying to accost her, hey, you pretty, can I get your number? And she's like, no, thank you, I'm good, I'm good. Like, and it states very clearly that every witness that was around says she wasn't rude in any way, she wasn't yelling, she wasn't screaming at the dude, she was just like, no, I'm okay, like, I'm sorry, I'm good.
Just the one that got
This
hit with the
man,
brick.
huh?
No, I
Just the
think he
chick that
shot her
got
in the
hit with the
face.
brick.
No, he shot and killed her. He
He
killed her.
shot her in the
He
face.
got angry. He followed her to the car, and he ended up shooting into the car and killing the girl because she was not interested in him. And that's an extreme example. But I've been in situations where I've been called out my name. I've been told that I ain't this, that, and the third. I have been told some very nasty and vulgar things. Well, only, I thought your mouth was pretty, so I wanted to put your mouth, like ignorant shit. But that's a scary place to be in, because there are some dudes out here that if you do not engage them, like people like, why are you giving out fake numbers, or why are you using a fake name when you go out to the club? Because it's dangerous. Like, it's literally dangerous. I've more times than I can count on my hands and feet have I been approached by a man. Don't want to be rude, because I'm like, well, the last thing I want to do is get punched in the chest. And I'm like, okay, I'll give him the number, but I'll be like, call me right now. So now I got to prove to this ninja. And then when you block them, I've even had dudes I block, and then they contact me from all these fake numbers and text now numbers and say vulgar things.
Well,
I don't think that I don't
I,
I think that some men, and I'm not speaking for all men, and some men are gentlemen and stuff like that, and I get it. I'm not speaking in generalities. But what I am saying is that there are so many cases and instances where I've been afraid. I've been literally afraid to say, nah, I'm good. Because if I say, nah, I'm good, what's going to be the consequence of that? How is he going to perceive that? Is he going to take that as me being rude, mean, being a bitch, or whatever else, when I might just not be interested? And that is my right. But it's a lot of women out here that interact with men that are extremely so the subtleness is partly because it's dangerous. Like, it's dangerous. Like, it's
here's
really
the thing.
dangerous.
Here's the thing. And I hear you, and that's unfortunate. Uh, it's been said, and I believe that the most fragile thing on planet Earth is the male ego. Uh, so when you mix that with weak minded and bitch assness, you get situations as that you have just described. Uh, is it fair? No. Is it unfortunate? Absolutely. Is it downright criminal? Again, absolutely. Uh,
Who just
but
growled?
he cleared
What
his
was
throat.
that noise?
He cleared his throat.
DMX is in the house.
But
It caught me off guard.
but the long and the short of it is
Pause.
yeah,
Y'all can't be serious for
nah,
30 seconds.
it's one of those things, man, where to the fellas, I would say, treat every woman like you would want someone to treat your daughter or your mother. And even if you're interested, if they're not interested, like, go ahead. So you said that you've given numbers or whatever, and they'd be like, call me right now. That shows that that person has a history of getting fake phone numbers. But that person will never understand that they're the issue. You understand what I'm saying?
Very true.
I ain't never. If I got a number, man, hey, look. Matter of fact, take mine. Hit me when you want to talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what your life is like. There's more freedom in my life. I was never one. And again, I've been married so long now. I don't know what it's like out there in the streets. But
It's dangerous.
for women, I bet it is. But honey, I'm gonna let you. Attack what? Not attack, but I'm gonna let you respond to what Miriam said.
What Mario say? Yo. Oh no, I'm just playing, Miriam. I promise I'm playing. So look, I'm gonna be real quick. Yeah, absolutely right. There's somebody that I follow. There's a female that I follow. I just started following her on on TikTok. And the other day she was saying the same thing. Like when she first came on, I didn't even know what the TikTok was about. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm giving them my number. I'm giving everybody my number." I was like,
Correct.
"What the heck is she talking about?" And so the exact same thing that you were just talking about was what she was referencing. Like she's going home. She's not getting shot, smacked, abused, whatever, for not giving out her number. So I totally agree. I can understand where you're coming from when you say those type of things. So I agree.
Well, listen, this is and again, this wasn't the. I know if you've seen the thumbnail or whatever, this isn't the way the show was planned, but it's a very deep topic that needs to be discussed. So I think that we will have more conversations like this in the future or whatever, man. But again, man, we definitely appreciate everybody's time, man. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Right.
We're here
Hit that
each
thumbs
and
up
every
button.
that's him with that thumbs up. We here each and every Wednesday at 9:00 ish on YouTube. Man, we definitely appreciate all you guys, man.
We do. Happy Juneteenth, everyone.
I would love to hear in some show the females, more female conversation about what we perceive as flirting as well.
Well, I tell you what, let it be next week, man. We'll if you know some females that want to come on, man, we'll sit and listen. We'll sit and listen. You know, some females want to come in. Y'all want to get in the comments, tell us what this experience looked like for you guys, because it's a conversation that needs to be had on both ends, in my opinion.
Right.
Absolutely.
I agree. And I think it should be a little bit we need to get some more answers because y'all didn't give me enough data for my research.
What you have right here, honestly, is 3 stand-up individuals who ain't on their fuck shit.
True.
Legitimately. You also asked to get like 100 years worth of information in like 10 minutes. So
hey, girl.
Already,
y'all can at least say, "Hey, dang." Don't be rude.
Shit!
We said, hey.
Into the room.
That was your people.
We said, hey. Mahoney gave 9 thumbs up. They got fireworks.
You figure out how to throw the fireworks up. Get this nigga off the air.
Where do you get fireworks from?
Don't worry about all that. Don't worry about my physical effects.
Oh, man.
Don't worry about my physical effects I got going on over here.
The old dog new tricks, man.
Don't worry about my physical effects.